say welcome to my channel because what's up, you guys? Yeah, don't mind the hair. I had my hair done this past weekend and it's, let's see, Saturday and today's Monday, so I'll probably wash it tomorrow because they always want you to wait. At least my hair gal, she tells me to wait a couple days. Anyways, I just wanted to come on here. It is, I'm surprised that I'm this bubbly right now. It is 11:07 p.m. As you can tell, I already showered, fresh face, shiny because of the lotions that I put on. Don't mind the crazy, but I just wanted to come on here real quick because I think I'm feeling good because I have a case and I already called it. You're probably wondering, well, what are you talking about? But you would think that nobody would step up to raise their hand to want to brief a case, right? Wrong. It got to the point where it's no longer people raising hands, it's people that are actually signing up through our little bulletin website, like the little bulletin board. And every time I'm in here, like, I'm not going to sign up unless I know that I got this case down, right? I mean, I guess it should be the case with any case. Sorry, I used the word case in like that entire sentence like 2-3 times. But I was briefing them and then I would go on there and it'd be too late. Like, 2 people beat me to the punch on Thursday because I went in there Wednesday night and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this one, and somebody's like, oh, I already called on that, or I already signed up for that one. And then I'd refresh my screen and see that they had already commented that they would do it, and I'm like, oh. So of course Thursday I was prepared, but not prepared to raise my hand because we all kind of have this understanding. It just naturally happened that if someone calls it, that it's their case to read to the class. So I'm like, dang it, I gotta get up on top of this. So yesterday I was concerned because with it being Father's Day weekend, I didn't get to my reading as quickly as I wanted to. And by the time I did, it was already like 10 o'clock at night, and I was cringing because during the time that I was hosting for Father's Day, I saw 2 different alerts. I'm like, oh my God. I even told my husband, I was like, people are already signing up for class or for the cases. And he's like, looks at me like a little puzzled, like, okay. But he's like, don't worry, as soon as everybody takes off, if you want to go ahead and read, I'll clean up. And I was like, no, it's okay. So I helped him clean up, and then I actually took a nap because I was so tired. And because I stayed up on Saturday doing key terms, and then that way I can get a head start. And then it was just too late. It was like midnight by the time I finished with that. And then I figured I'll pick up on Sunday. But Sunday morning, aka yesterday, we got up early, went fishing, and then we had an unexpected, unplanned little barbecue get together because I gifted my husband a barbecue pit. And so it turned into, hey, let's barbecue while we were fishing. And I was like, okay, that's cool, but I just need to make sure that I get to my reading tonight. So everybody probably took off like around, I want to say like 5:30 because it's Sunday, so of course everybody works. And then cleaned up, and then I knocked out. Like, I was just so tired, so I knocked out. But it actually worked out in my favor. I never take naps, you guys, because I hate waking up groggy. Then I feel even worse. But I actually woke up feeling good yesterday. I read, I took notes, and then I got to this one particular case. In case any of you are aspiring students, it's actually a pretty interesting case. It's so this chapter is related to criminal law. So of course everything criminal, I think, naturally is interesting to folks because it's like the most common things that you hear like on the news and stuff. But this particular case, it's United States versus Jones. So it's a case that happened in District of Columbia back in 2012. And it's regarding GPS and tracking. So if you're curious what I'm talking about, just Google it. I'm sure it'll come up. There's all sorts of case briefs on it, and it'll give you a good gist of what we're talking about. But I was briefing this one. It was actually pretty interesting, and I was briefing it, and I realized, did anybody call on this one? Because I noticed that the 2 other cases in this book were later after this particular case, and other people were speaking up for the latter cases in the chapter, but nobody had spoken up for this one. So I don't know if it came harder to folks, or maybe they thought or assumed somebody already spoke for it. So I went back on our little bulletin board and nobody had spoken up. And I even checked our WhatsApp and we also use the app Discord, so we have a bunch of different group chats going on, and nobody had mentioned it. So I jumped on it and I claimed it, and thank goodness, because I just read it through right now and I'm feeling great. It's still, the wording and the verbiage still doesn't make sense like all the way, and I'm sure others that may be a little more advanced in their legal careers, and I say that because we have a bunch of paralegals, we have some people that work for the law enforcement, others that work in the jail, and not jail but the corrections. And not saying that because you work in that field you're an attorney or you know the law, but you may be more inclined to have read the law in the past. So that's what I'm getting at, because I do zero law in my job, okay? So the gist of my legal reading is literally what I've done in school. So anyway, I just go to say that to me it makes sense. So hopefully it makes sense when I brief it. And at the end of the day, the one thing that I think I need to remember, and I keep telling myself, is we're all here for a reason, and I'm not going to be the only one that doesn't understand what is going on. So I'm not going to feel bad. So anyways, long story short, I'm ready and prepared. And I'm still reading the other half of the chapter, but I'm at least a little bit less stressed, because at least I know I'll have my case ready to go, and then I've got my notes, and then on the other cases that I'm not going to be briefing personally, I'll at least have my notes, and then I'll go in and add other notes from the students. A lot of the stress has been just not finding the time to read or feeling like I have the full undivided attention, especially with my kids being off of school. You hear the gaming happening in the other room. There's just a lot going on at all times. Other than that, I thank you all so much for watching. Apologize I didn't do a proper introduction, but these are just spur of the moment videos, how I'm feeling when I want to just quickly jump on here to give a quick update. But with that said, I'm gonna get up off of here, and this is week 3, and I will keep you all posted as we go along. Other than that, stay tuned for next upcoming videos. Say goodnight, Lily. My son's dog.
Right.
Say goodnight, Lily. Oh, not me. Say goodnight to the camera. Good night. Okay. Bye. What's up, you guys? I wanted to come on here really quick just to give a little recap of week 3. So week 3 just closed, and a little bittersweet. Sweet because I was able to spend time with the family. We had a pre-planned trip that this has been planned since, I want to say, right when things started to slowly reopen, like April, May. Definitely April is when we started the talk, and I believe we booked early May. And of course, I didn't know about lawschool and what was going to happen or dates or anything. So long story short, I was going to go on my trip, and yes, while I could have joined via Zoom, a little hard to do that when you're in the middle of an amusement park. But it's a little bit, the bitter part is that I did end up missing class. So unfortunately for me, I wasn't able to jump in and listen. The upside is that Tuesday's class, I was there, and I was actually able to finally brief my first case. So that went good. The teacher gave good feedback, and I felt better because I was able to get my name checked off that list, so that I got that done. And I did finish my key terms, but tonight I'm going to go in and finish my key terms for Thursday's class that I missed, which was the following chapter. and then tomorrow I'll be getting into the reading. Now, the downside of having already briefed the case is I don't want to get laxed about it, and I still want to make sure to do that part, so that way I'm good and know what I really want to be able to still focus, because when it comes time to finals, I'm going to need to know all this stuff. So what I'm really going to do is focus on my key terms, start trying to memorize those so that I can really study them, get to know them. As I mentioned, I believe in the past, there's 40 key terms that she's giving us, and she's going to test us on 20 of them. But it's not just knowing what the definition is, it's really being able to apply it. So kind of giving an example of when each term is, like when that term will be used, like in what context. So really that's what I need to start working and focusing on. Here we are, like I said, it's week 3. We have a total of 6 weeks of school, probably about 5 more classes after this, which is crazy, right? But here we are. I do apologize in advance as well, because my videos will be a little mixed up, kind of all over the place. And I'm starting to cringe because I know fall semester is coming real quickly, but I did order myself a desk calendar because I'm going to start writing everything down. Doesn't matter if it's on my phone, I like to be able to still visually see and sort of start to mentally prepare. The other news that I have is that we also got an email yesterday sent to us, and the email states that everything will be in person officially as of fall. So I need to mentally start preparing myself on that as well, because that's going to look like me having to drive downtown from my part of town 3 times a week, and that would 3 to 4 times. I'm not sure how the Saturday class is going to go, but according to the schedule, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. But I believe, from my understanding, is the Saturday class, it's like an alternating situation. So I'm hopeful they'll release those dates soon, but I wouldn't doubt if they wait until closer to the actual semester beginning. So there's a lot happening in the next, a little over a month, so the next 6 weeks or so. And wow, I look a little greasy. It was a little warm today. This is just the lighting, I think, from being outside and just from this all day worth of makeup. We just drove back from SoCal this morning. Actually, we didn't leave SoCal till noon. There was a ton of traffic leaving the LA area, and finally made it home around 7, a little before or after 7, I can't remember. But this is all day makeup. Also forgot my setting powder, so this is just whatever I had on my face. So it's been a busy weekend, but down to reality. We just got some takeout. As much as I'm over takeout, you know, when you go out of town, you're just like over takeout. But it was so late and I haven't gone grocery shopping, so there's that. Then I also wanted to sweep and mop, because we did have a friend of ours taking care of the pups while we were gone, and so them just coming in and out of the house, the hair and all that, I needed to sweep, and then of course mop, because that's just a thing. I don't know if you hear the baby crying, but that's one of the local neighbors. But anyways, so a lot going on this weekend. Tomorrow we have a couple things going on during the morning and mid-afternoon, but then in the evening I need to, like I said, hone in on my reading. Fortunately, I'm also off on Monday, so if I don't get to all of it tomorrow evening, then I will be focusing that morning, well, mid-afternoon, because morning I'll probably work out and do my normal routine, groceries, all that stuff. So with that said, that's kind of where we're at. I just wanted to briefly touch base and thank everybody for tuning into this little journey of mine. Please let me know in the comments anything else that you're wanting to see. I don't want this to become a boring just weekly check-in sort of situation. Just really wanted to, like I've said before, capture the journey, but also make it informational for anybody that may be looking at doing this. So definitely let me know. Thanks again so much for watching, and I apologize for not really joining in and doing my welcome to my channel, because I feel like like I said, my videos are a little off right now, and it's just, I'm trying to get into that groove of knowing when I'm going to be beginning, when I'm going to be ending each week. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the little video clips of the family. So with that said, have a good night.